He was the sort of bloke that'd do anything for you. One of the very few in the community you'd go out of your way for.
Paddy was the type of bloke that'd cause trouble in an empty house.
Good, decent, honest bloke. Bit of a shit stirrer, but isn't the average Aussie.
Hey, Ralph, you big boy. He might be a good bloke to a lot of people, but then he might be a mongrel to a lot of people. I don't know, but I know he wasn't very nice to me.
Northern Territory Police are concerned for a 70-year-old man who was last seen at an OUTBACK pub more than a week ago.
Unfortunately, with the banks, the hospitals, the national databases, we've got no signs of life.
The last confirmed sighting of Paddy Moriarty was at the Larrimah Hotel. Anyone with information should contact police.
First tonight, Northern Territory detectives say a red kelpie is the critical clue that could solve the disappearance of Larrimah man Paddy Moriarty.
Police hold grave fears for his safety and today ramped up their search 500 kilometres south of Darwin.
Larrimah, you need to see it to believe it. And it's not until you get there that you really get a full appreciation. It's a tiny outback town, small number of residents and essentially no technology. People keep to themselves and it's situated right on the Stuart Highway in the middle of nowhere. You can't even pull up and get fuel for your car there. There's no police in Larrimah.
He didn't show up, so I said I'd better go and check on him. I went to his house and I called out and had a walk around, calling out his name. "You there, Paddy?" But he wasn't. So I didn't think a lot about it at the time. Left it another day and then come up and said I'd better go and see if he's there. I went through every room and called out his name and he definitely wasn't there, of course. So I didn't ring the police until the next day.
It was 72 hours past before it was reported to police. Paddy doesn't have a computer. He's only got a landline and an answering machine. He's one of the few people that didn't have a smartphone. There's no mobile phone reception in Larrimah and he lives on his own, so there's nobody to corroborate his movements.
Time is a funny thing in Larrimah. A lot of the days are the same for us.
I went up there to get some mail. He said to me, "Oh, how you going, Cookie?" I said, "Oh, not bad, Paddy." And just went in and got me mail and I walked out and I said, "I'll catch you later." And that was the last I seen of him.
So there's about 130 points of interest within the search area. There's some thick grass to get through as well and the temperatures are extremely hot, 40 plus degrees each day.
The dump is a focal point in the community. They don't have bins that get emptied regularly. People go down to the dump and dump their rubbish. They use incinerators at Larrimah, so they burn their stuff and they'll dump it. And unfortunately, we didn't locate anything of interest to the investigation.
Is it still a possibility that there could be a sinkhole not visible from above that could have been a place where Mr. Moriarty and his dog have become trapped? What do you know about that?
Possible, but unlikely. Anything is possible, nothing's absolute.
This is the old track that used to go to Western Creek Station. It's pretty ordinary country. It's dry Kaditcha country. It's lots of sinkholes through here, and Aborigines don't really like the country that much. It's a spirit country.
Well, my name Jimmy Wayville. Yes, I'm a traditional owner for Larrimah. Darwin, there's on the countryside, he was talking the wrong way around. That country been sort of kill him, make him get away, out of his mind. And that's why he passed away, I think. Been sort of punish him, kill him, do something on him. And yeah, there's a lot of story from Dreamtime. Anything can happen. We don't know.
I've seen through our search there's certain areas prone to sinkholes more than others, and I would suggest that Paddy wouldn't be walking through those areas if he knew about them.
It is unique, just the way he's disappeared. He's gone home, he's obviously gone home. He's been home, the dog's been there with him, it's got all that evidence is there, you know, and he's just walked out the door. That's the last we know of Paddy. It's not the usual case.
Brother, we're coming into town. Hey, we're coming in for a beer. Good boy. Hey.
Well, he's an Irishman. He looked more like an Italian. He had a large moustache, like, you know, you'd see on a spaghetti advertisement or something, you know.
Oh, sure, it's grand. Hey! Ravi, you a big boy?
Yeah, I'm Paddy, yeah, from Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, came out in '66 on the Fair Star.
So you live in Larrimah?
Yep.
How long have you been here?
Oh, I've been here 8 years. I used to live at Daly Waters. I had a base there as well. Yeah. And I was there for another 8 years, and I thought I'd come up here.
How important for your daily life living here was his friendship and his companionship?
Oh, enormous. We used to help each other in all sorts of ways, you know. Yeah, good man.
Paddy's a typical outback Territorian, a unique character and someone you'd never forget if you met him, especially with his dog. He was somewhat of an attraction to Larrimah.
Oh, sure, bottoms up.
He was part of the hotel, like he was the greeter, if you like.
He was the concierge.
He was the concierge. G'day folks, he'd say, and you know, where are you from? And then he might tell one or two of his little stories for me.
Good day for an ALA. Bloody-o.
Things get pretty lively here at times, eh?
Oh, yeah. Oh!
As remote outback bars go, it doesn't get much remoter. The nearest neighbours are over 150 miles away. Out here, nobody can hear you scream. Hey, g'day. How you doing?
There you go.
Hi, fellas.
Hello. How you doing?
Welcome to Larrimah.
Hey, go on, mate. Well, thank you very much.
The Larrimah... the Larrimah is like nowhere else I think I've ever been. It's kind of like if you dropped a kind of weird bar in the middle of a post-apocalyptic sort of scenario. I've stayed in a lot of places, in weird places in the world. North Korea, Syria, Congo. The Larrimah is up there on remoteness, weirdness. Who had more words for being drunk, the Brits or the Aussies?
Bring it on, you fuckers. Pissed, wankered,
Off your head.
twatted, trolled. Nice move.
Thrashed.
Totaled,
Pissed.
off your box.
Hammered.
Bollock face.
Bollock face. Beautiful move. Beautiful move, Tiger.
Oh, they're stalling. Yeah, no, I remember Paddy. He was funny. Gruff. He was Irish, I think, originally. And, yeah, it's a real shame.
With our checks with births, deaths and marriages, there's no record in Australia that Paddy has a brother, sister, son or daughter or been married.
What efforts did he go to outside of Australia to try and find out more about who he was and establish his history?
So we have the Australian Federal Police International Liaison Network we can tap into. We lodge birth, deaths and marriages checks with overseas through Interpol. The only confirmed link we've got with Paddy's family was his mum, Mary Teresa Moriarty.
I'm joined again by Anna Henderson, reporter with ABC. That Australian police wanted to get in touch with Paddy's Irish family. Now, off the back of the conversation that you and I had, somebody has been doing some digging and come forward.
Well, that's right, Sean. Some people who heard the interview, and one person in particular, have done some excavating of their family history, and they believe they may be related to Mr. Moriarty, and that he has perhaps over 100 relatives in different parts of the UK and the United States.
We were fortunate enough through the help of yourself and the media, we actually got volunteer DNA from 2 distant relatives. Unfortunately, as it stands, we can't confirm any link to Paddy.
You've got to find a body, and well, there's 2 bodies. There's a dog and a man. I mean, where the hell are they? How do you get rid of that?
You put a call out for people to come forward with any information they might have about a dog, whether or not Paddy's dog Kellie might have been dropped to an animal shelter. What has come of that, and has it led anywhere?
I actually received an anonymous letter from someone suggesting I do that, so that led to the call.
At this stage, though, that hasn't come to any conclusion.
To meet Paddy, you wouldn't think he had an enemy in the world. That's what makes it all so unusual. That anybody would want to harm him.
What do you like about living here in this place?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I don't mind it. Good. Yeah. I'll come up to the pub here and have a good drinks and everything like that. Meet Barry, all the locals, you know. Well, I won't say too much about everyone, but, you know.
Oh, well, let's talk about that a bit. How does everyone get on in this little town?
They don't. No.
He was friends to people in the town and he was enemies to people in the town. And he would speak his mind. If he didn't agree with you, he'd let you know.
Bottoms up. Oh, you're a grand.
He was the Irish guy, and he was just one of those types of bloke. If somebody went up to Paddy and said, the world's shaped like a football, Paddy would believe him. You know what I mean? He was easily sucked in.
I've had trouble with him all along. Big trouble. He started stirring shit around town about what I was doing in the kitchen and how much I was selling my pies for, and oh, it was this and it was that, because he was very jealous, you see, very jealous of what I've got here, and plus the pub, I'm opposition to the pub.
We're treating his disappearance as suspicious, and what I mean by suspicious is that there was third-party intervention in relation to his death and that of Kellie. The current status is it's an unsolved homicide investigation.